Hi, Soul Tribe. Trina Phoenix here, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I thought I would get a little bit into more about the seven. I've been getting more information about the seven and what the seven is. So, when we look at gematria, there are many things that are written with gematria. So, these are some of the things that gematria says about seven. The first thing that comes up when you put in the number seven is it equals G, and then it equals 42. 42, 42, the secret of life. If you know the secret of life, you understand 42. Yeah. So 17 is also G. Funny because we see a lot of 17s in references to the clues of the other letter in the alphabet not being G but Q, so GQ. So that is GQ. Yay! So we'll say GQ. GQ for you. So when you also look at 7 and G and 42, these are some of the things that it says. Adam and Eve. Which means you are. So this is, I'm pretty sure, Uranus, because this is the ancient symbol for Uranus. You are. So is Prince Uriel. Uriel. Interesting, right? UV, the Son of God, the morning star. America first, make America great again. And these are just some of the things that are written in the gematria. So, God's day on earth, prism rays, the egg of the Ouroboros, mother human creation. 888 is God. I am the fire dragon Lord. The Son of Man revealed. Zodiac X, the crossing point, Ophiuchus. Match fire dragon keys. The choice is yours. Interstellar Lord. Raymond Ed Kosuja, Zodiac. Secret Zodiac Key. Ed Kosuja, which is Koceja, is in the gematria a lot with Ray. Ray. There's a lot of mention to Ray. Prism, light, Ray. So, secret zodiac key. Okay, we are the chosen ones. The Mark-Hyn children, which is Mykhyn, children. So, Ray, Ophiuchus, God. Ray, Ophiuchus, God. Very interesting under 7 in gematria. And I look at gematrix.org, which is GEMATRIX.org. And next it says, Mike Pence, Antichrist, killing Donald Trump. Pretty interesting, right? So that was just some of the things that I wrote down for the gematria of 7. And I've been learning a lot about what we are, and this information here is really resonating with me. So I will give it to y'all so you can look at it. And these are just my notes. Sorry, don't mind the scribble, but this is how my mind works. I write everything down so you can hopefully see. So I do. I write everything down so I can process it in my head. And then it goes to this. Let me see. Yeah, 13. There you go. So y'all can screenshot that if you want to. So the Quran speaks about the 7 heavens, the 7 layers of Earth's atmosphere, the 7 earths, the 7 continents, the 7 layers of consciousness. And then we have the 7 rays of creation. We have the 7 layers of the body systems. We have the 7 layers of the aura systems. We have the 7 layers of the internet. We have the 7 levels of hell, or the good ones too. We've got 7 vices, 7 virtues, 7 candlesticks, 7 vials, 7 days of the week, 7 primal colors in the rainbow of our prism, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. We have 7 days of creation. We have the 7 body systems: digestion, respiration, circulatory, nervous, skeletal, muscle, and excretory. We also have 7 elements of art. We also have 7 seals, 7 angels, 7 chakras, 7 trumpets, 7 stars of Orion, and 7 stars of the Pleiades. We also have 7 steps within the scientific method. We also have 7 stages of grief. We also need to look at the 7th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. We are in Oz, the Emerald City. The heart, the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, is to be destroyed by Toto, your intuition, or higher self. Mount Zion. Zion, flip the words around, in Oz. In Oz, the mountain of God, you're in Oz. God's within. God's not a place. God's within. God is in all things. So if you're at a mount of God, you're in Oz. You're in Oz. It's the magic mirror and the 7 dwarves. And Snow White is sleeping and needs to wait from the kiss from her prince. And who's trying to kill her? The evil queen. And what does the evil queen want from Snow White? Her heart. So 7 dwarves. The 7 dwarves are the 7 planets in our 7 chakra wheel system in our body of the 7 layers of the 7 layered auric field. So, this is the voice of Andromeda. The 7 sisters wish to speak, and they are speaking. Then you look at the layers. 7th dimensional Earth. This is about awakening the serpent, because the serpent is our glandular system. It is very, very attached to the endocrine or gland system of our body. This was what Brian and I were speaking about before he passed, was the dark side of the chakras, the dark side of the tree of life. This is it. This is the glandular endocrine chemical part of creation. So this is connected to the thalamus, the thymus, and the crown. So this is your gold and your silver connection. This is your connecting your red ship and your blue ship in the mind to make the Trinity in the mind ignite. Light the lamp. You light the lamp. You light the inner eye, and thy eye be single. And if thy eye is filled with light, this is how this is you got to get into the 7th chakra system, the 7th, which is your crown. So the attack of the crown, plainly obvious. So this is about unlocking your crown. So the thymus is in the heart. It's the gland in it. When you're a baby, it covers your whole chest. And as you age, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So we need to work on the thymus and the regrowth and the fortification of it through the light that you will bring in through your crown. So, and the thalamus, and that's a gland in the brain. And then, like I said, and these activate. So the violet fire activates the gold and silver threads that connect the thymus and the thalamus. So this is where we want to get, because right now we are in the 3rd dimensional realm, which is the lower. This is the root and the sacral and the solar plexus. This is about feeling the material world. We make babies here. We make matter here. This is where you have your fecal bowel movements. This is where you have your digestion. 5D. When you're into a 5D reality, you are operating more with your heart, your throat, and your third eye. So what does the evil queen want to do? He wants to get Snow White's heart, because if it gets the heart, she can't operate in the fifth dimensional heart frequencies. So this is the key. And what do they want to do? She wants to not have any access to her crown, because she's scared that Snow White will overtake her and remove her and take her crown. So she puts her to sleep and requests her heart, her beating heart. So we are 3 levels deep in consciousness. And right now, many of us are operating in the fifth dimensional realms, because you are operating with your third eye and your throat and your heart chakras, and they're opening and you're utilizing those. So where we're going, and I think this is the alignment with Ophiuchus and the Age of Aquarius and the new wheel. The new clock is going to be set December 21st, 2020, and it will fully be anchored in March. Aries. Aqua Aries. Age of Aquarius. Full-blown initiation. Aqua Aries. Fire and water ignite. This is a new potential, guys, a big one. So we need to drive this bus straight. So when you get into the 7th, you're into the crown chakra, which activates the light. The light activates the release of the chemicals into the glands. So this is about getting to the higher levels of consciousness through the activation, which is the endocrine system and the hidden parts of you and the subconscious, the deep layers of your architect, the deep layers of the architect. And the architect, through these higher levels, you bring in the request to connect to the gold and the silver and to restore the thymus and the thalamus. And you restore these and you open these up, and then that's when you connect to the higher level, which is next, which is the full-blown Christ consciousness. This is when you are starting to master the duality of this world, and you're actually becoming one with all, and you're understanding that God is within you. And you truly start to operate as the Christ, and this activates healing powers and all kinds of beautiful things. And guys, this is all natural. This is not a super power. This is not a specific thing for one person. We all have this capability. Every single one of us. It's in us now. And this was the gift of the Jesus. The Jesus was the getting back this part of our seed, this part of our genesis, this part of our genes, to get these activations back in our brain. Somehow they were completely shut off. So as you ascend into the Christ consciousness, your next level is the 11th, because Christ is 10. I give you 2 hands. God manifest. God manifest. 5 and 5. So Christ. Then you go to 11. Buddha. Buddha. Buddha, the tree of all that is, the Buddha knowledge, the wisdom of oneness. This is where you're actually getting into understanding inhalation, exhalation, the breath of life. You're starting to understand creation at a very, very deep level, going into more of the monadic, the more balanced infinity is the best way I would describe Buddha, as the balanced infinity. And then the next level, which is 12, is avatar. That's when you have the avatar consciousness, which is basically you're walking basically the Jesus energy. You're literally manifest. Jesus was literally on walking in the avatar status, because he did know how to do healings and all these things, and he could walk on water and all these things. That's when you're absolutely embracing the full avatar potential in your human vehicle. So, and once you get to the 12th level, which is the avatar or the monad, you reach a level of light harmonics that hits the 144. 12 to the 12th power. The 144, this is the 144,000 because you are operating now, utilizing all 144 points of your fractalized lights in full power into one system. So you actually, your Merkaba system is operating now with the full light spectrum of the 144 points of light within the human body. There's 144 stargates in your body. So, to the 13, the universal mind, the universal matrix mind. The key is all one. This is when you're into you're literally into the particle levels. You're not in form anymore. You've now become formless. And this is the power of the 13. The 13 is the power of the divine feminine coming into atom and blending and activating all that is unseen. Just like the powers of the masters, they're unseen. Many people have never seen levitation. They've never seen spontaneous healing. They've never seen miracles. It's literally something that has been carefully guarded and hidden. And this is the key. So the zodiac are the 12 all together in the monad, in the avatar. And when you get beyond that and you're actually going back into the unseen or formless, you're actually operating with the full wheel, and you can go between what is seen and what is not seen. And that's the power of the 13. So 13 is Ophiuchius. 13 is the divine feminine. 13 is dark matter, dark waters. 13 is womb. 13 is so many different things. And think about it. 1 and 3 is you and me. And 1 and 3 makes 4. And 4 is the foundation of all creation. So the 4 corners, all 4. You need all 4. And like the 13 would be the, you have earth, air, fire, water. And then you have the 5th element. The 5th element is the ether. And this is the power of the 13. The 13 is associated to the 5, and the 5 and the 3 make 8, and that's the loop of the infinite expressions of an infinite immortal point of light. And God is light, and light is consciousness. So God said, let there be light. So this was what I wanted to give you guys, a little bit about 7 and what I've been getting with 7. Let me see if I had anything other than that. Oh, this was kind of fun. New clay of us. Genesis. Gene of Isis, which is, I'm pretty sure Ophiuchius is Isis, is. Yeah, is. It is. And it's feminine God power. It's the divine Sophia. So this is returning to the planet now. And what a gift. What a gift. So, new clay of us, Genesis, gene of Isis. We are a new creation through genetic manipulation. 3D gives us Adam and Eve, now half human and half beast. The serpent in the garden was just an upgrade, a return to the template of man that was made. We fell into sin, and now we have skin. The living libraries of the gene code we're in. The molecules hold all the mirrors, replicating and reflecting realities here. We went from the 0 into the 1. With the separation of ourself, we were split and came undone. The serpent reconnects you to what was once undone, connecting again, male and female, knowing we are one. When the star fire was stolen, we were given a hex. We went from 5 to 6 and now create through sex. This is how the stars fell out from the garden. the 5 went to 6, and the hex, and the Savior was begotten. So, this is the story of the Lord of Earth, Elohim, fighting over restoration of the abilities of man. One part wants us free, and the other wants us bound. Knowledge of good and evil is the awakening of humanity. The marriage of the polarity within thee would awaken the serpent on the tree. You will have awakening in many forms, kundalini or downloads. Without the serpent, we could not know. We could not activate our light and thus grow. We would still be sleeping, restless, and lost. But now we have access back to our higher self and God consciousness. This was our Savior in reality. This serpent is the reawakening, the power of your tree or the spine within thee. A new gene code was given to us by the original codes that were shut off or removed. The serpent genes, I think, are a representation of the reinstatement of the glands within our head. Our endocrine system was brought back online. This was our ability to once again connect to the great central sun through our higher self and through the awakening of the serpent within us. This is why in the ancient days there was a rush, a bursting forth of sun worship. It was the reconnection to the light through the serpent energies that were returned back to us through Eve. And this is why they hate her so much. So, this is why we got the Son of God and the Son of Man. It was because of this reconnection back to the sun. Literally, this allowed us to get a connection once again back to the sun. That's why they say no one shall enter the Father's house unless they come through the sun. Information is light, and light comes through the sun in this realm. This is where we're getting our information. It's through light. So, okay. So I think that was most of what I had. I have so much, but it's so hard because, you know, if you say the wrong things, it's like... Okay. Oh, here we go. I'll read some of this. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Real boys versus the Lost Boys. The Lost Boys in Pinocchio kept coming into my mind. The serpent seed is going to try to impregnate the lost or the humans with their black goo. The blood via the Maxines. This will infect you. They know that they have lost, and they will try to take as many as they can. They know a battle for the soul is on. And I know in the end we will say triumphant. It is. And it will sound like one too. So, can't say all the things, whatever. The enmity of the dark within wants to take over. They want to create the real within a race, attempting to take out the white light of the Israelites. The cats are the Canaanites. And the games that are played upon the checkerboards. It's black and white. It's all about separating. The Rebel Orange 33, the cat, the rebel equals sin. Your sin will allow the gateways and the portals to be opened up in your mind, for them to be able to control you via their AI. Targeted individual programs, this is what I see. Pumping out so much demonic filth on Netflix with witchcraft sigils and frequency. Thus, sin, rebel, keeps your vibration low. And it also keeps it high, because that's where you have your fire and your fight. You have to look at everything with two sides of the coin, because it has both. So, mirror, mirror on the wall, will we rise or will we fall? If you're filled with the sun, they can access. If you are filled with the sun, you can have access to the light within the pineal. And if you allow anything to connect to that light, you might be in trouble. This is influencing your mind and your thoughts. If you are disconnected from the source and brought into the technological maze of thought. Pandemics forcing people into their homes where the smart meters finish the job, creating a coffin for all those who succumb. All this so they say they can force the serpent seed, the black goo, into thee. But also, see, the serpent is the light, the part in you that shines and heals and ignites the crown. The crown is what they want and what they wish to break down. Lost with their mind, virus, black goo, the bloodline, the anonymity was within, looking to take over. Satan had sex with Eve, and they had Cain. He was born with a mind virus, or this could have been Abel, because the roles have been switched. It's very tricky, so we have to look at these more as allegory than actual true genealogy, because it looks like, the winners write their story. So we might be looking at the reptilian doctrine here, honestly, because they won. They won. So it would be their story, would be what we would be allowed to see, because the winners get to write his story. So yeah, we got to fish through all this stuff, and it's all backwards, guys. It's all backwards, and they've been showing me this. Everything is backwards and upside down. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So, and that even with our vision and the medulla oblongata, all these things flip things. They flip them. They flip them. So, okay. So, be aware of the power of the snake. The dark or the light will choose your fate. They are after you, children of Israel, and the sin is their key to get you locked into the mind and their false, dark tree. So, I love you. I hope you found that fun and entertaining, because it's only for entertainment purposes only. And this is just based off of fairy tales and imagination and writing sporadic thoughts that absolutely have no validation or any importance whatsoever. So, with that, Soul Tribe, I love you all. And we'll be getting more into probably Ophiuchus next. So I love you, and I'll see you very soon. Have a great day or night wherever you may be. And thank you for being here. And you guys have no idea how powerful and how important you are in the scheme of what's happening right now. Because, guys, this is about what's happening inside of your consciousness. So try to stay in the light side of consciousness. And if there's anything in the darkness that needs to be dealt with or resolved or healed, boy, right now is going to be a powerful window to get that done. Because literally, you can create and manifest anything in the place of nothing. So don't let the darkness ever scare you, because darkness is not always bad. There's a beautiful side of it, and that is the womb. So think about it. You can think about darkness as scary, or you can think about it as the most powerful point of creation, because this is truth. It's truth. And we've been taught to be scared of these things, and that's why they don't want you tapping in to the womb energies and the endocrine energies and the chemical energies and the subconscious building blocks, because this is what it does. So we'll be getting into more very soon. Sorry for my absence. I've been trying to put all this stuff together, and it's a lot of information, and trying to trying to put it into language is tough sometimes. But I know that there's a very important thing to this. It seems like Ophiuchius is like the dark side of the tree of life. And then we're coming into Aquarius, which is man ruled by the sun. So and it's the power of air. And when you put air and you put fire and water and air together, oh man, it's a beautiful combination of creation. So Aquarius is the age we've just entered. The December alignment will be coming forth in the sign of Ophiuchius, and this is the serpent bearer. So the serpent bearer, serpent means healing, guys. So we are coming into a powerful time, and it would make sense that this information would come out right before the transition of the age, because I really do think Ophiuchius has a lot to do with ushering in a new age. So we need to learn about the powers of this constellation and do more digging and see what we find out about it, because there's not a lot of information, but there is information. And between what we can find and what we can discover, I think we'll find a lot of answers that we're looking for. So I love you all. Have a great day or night wherever you may be, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.